Mastering the Art of Negotiation, Insider Secrets for Business Owners, Entrepreneurs, and Professionals by attorney Mitch Jackson. Introduction. Welcome to a journey that promises to transform the way you negotiate, whether you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or professional. Negotiation is more than just a skill. It's an art form that can make or break your career, influence your relationships, and define your success. Over the last 3 decades, I've honed this craft through countless trials, settlements, and business deals, and I'm here to share the secrets that have brought me and my clients remarkable success. Negotiation is everywhere. It's in the courtroom, the boardroom, and even at your family dinner table. It's about finding common ground, building lasting relationships, and achieving outcomes that everyone can celebrate. But let's get one thing straight. Negotiation isn't about winning or losing. It's about creating value, fostering trust, and turning conflicts into collaborations. Imagine this. You're in a high-stakes meeting. The tension is palpable, and the outcome could significantly impact your career or business. In moments like these, negotiation isn't just a skill you pull out of your back pocket. It's a fundamental part of your approach to every interaction. The strategies and techniques I'll share in this book are designed to help you navigate these situations with confidence, precision, and finesse. In essence, negotiation is an intricate dance. Each one is unique, dictated by the facts, circumstances, and personalities of those involved. Sometimes it's a passionate tango, other times a graceful waltz, or even the exuberant wedding duck dance. To excel in this dance, you must be attuned not only to your own rhythm and goals, but also to those of your partner. It's about finding the harmonious beat where your interests intersect and choreographing solutions that leave everyone feeling in sync and satisfied. Successful negotiation starts long before you sit down at the table. It begins with meticulous preparation and continues through diligent follow-up and relationship maintenance. Each phase demands a unique set of skills and attention. By the end of this book, you'll have a comprehensive toolkit to tackle every stage of the negotiation process with ease. We'll explore the core elements of negotiation: understanding interests, navigating positions, leveraging your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, and identifying the zone of possible agreement. These foundational concepts are the bedrock upon which effective negotiation strategies are built. So why is negotiation such a powerful tool? Because it's not about defeating the other party. It's about achieving outcomes that benefit everyone involved. It's about nurturing relationships and building trust. When done right, negotiation can transform rivals into supporters and adversaries into collaborators. On a personal level, negotiation empowers you to express your needs, advocate for your rights, and seek fair outcomes. It equips you to handle tough conversations and manage disagreements with grace and respect. It's a journey of discovery, understanding, and mutual respect. While the true power of negotiation lies not in winning, but in creating solutions that everyone can celebrate, I'm here to tell you that winning still matters. In the chapters that follow, we'll dive deeper into the art of negotiation. We'll explore strategies and techniques, delve into the psychology of negotiation, and learn how to handle various scenarios. Each chapter builds on this foundation, providing you with the tools and insights to become a master negotiator. This publication was created and crafted based upon what I've personally learned and experienced over 30+ years of litigating, negotiating, and trying cases. This information is also made possible because of new cutting-edge artificial intelligence, including OpenAI's GPT-4 and our firm's very own advanced and updated negotiation and mediation AI chatbot. Remember, negotiation isn't a battle to win, but a puzzle to solve. Let's embark on this journey together and transform how you negotiate. With the right mindset, strategies, and techniques, you'll be well on your way to achieving better outcomes and building stronger, more productive relationships. Chapter 1: How to Unlock the Power of Negotiation. Lawyers negotiate every day, whether it's hammering out settlement agreements, drafting contracts, or advocating for clients in court. Developing strong negotiation skills is essential for achieving favorable outcomes, building lasting relationships, and enhancing professional reputation. Over the last 3 decades, I've had the opportunity to watch gifted lawyers, mediators, negotiators, and judges negotiate amazing deals. I've also had the chance to perfect, in my own way, the ability and art of negotiation through countless trials and multi-million-dollar cases. In this book, I'll share the strategies, techniques, and insights I've watched, learned, and gained, helping you, the reader, to close more deals and navigate negotiations with confidence and finesse. If there's one thing I've learned about successful negotiations, it's this: negotiation isn't just an occasional skill you dust off for a high-stakes meeting. It's a constant undercurrent in our lives. From deciding who gets the last slice of pizza to sealing a major business deal, negotiation shapes our interactions and outcomes. By recognizing and working on improving this skill, you can unlock a path to success, both personally and professionally. Negotiation is a dynamic process where 2 or more parties work through differences to reach a mutual agreement. It's a delicate ballet of give and take, balancing assertion with compromise. The essence of successful negotiation lies in understanding your needs, your counterpart's needs, and discovering a common ground that satisfies both. Negotiation isn't just about the conversation at the table. It begins long before with thorough preparation and continues well after with diligent follow-up and relationship maintenance. Each phase demands a unique set of skills and attention. To truly grasp the power of negotiation, we need to unpack its fundamental components. Interests. Interests are the core motivations that drive people: needs, desires, fears, and concerns. They represent the why behind the what. Understanding these can help you craft solutions that resonate deeply with all parties involved. Positions. Positions are the specific demands or stands people take in a negotiation. These are often expressed in concrete terms, like numbers or outcomes. Positions are what people say they want, but they're just the tip of the iceberg. Best alternative to a negotiated agreement, also known as BATNA. Your BATNA is your backup plan if negotiations fall through. Knowing your BATNA gives you leverage, as it measures your negotiation power. The stronger your BATNA, the more confident you can be in your position. Zone of possible agreement, also referred to as ZOPA. ZOPA is the sweet spot where the interests of all parties overlap. It's the common ground where agreement is achievable. Identifying the ZOPA can guide your negotiation strategy towards a mutually beneficial outcome. Understanding these terms is the first step toward mastering negotiation. They are the bedrock upon which effective strategies and techniques are built. So why is negotiation such a powerful tool? Because it's not just about winning or losing. Yes, winning matters, but skilled negotiators know it's also about crafting solutions that benefit everyone involved. It's about nurturing relationships and building trust. When done right, negotiation can turn conflicts into collaborations, transform competitors into partners, and result in the outcome or win you're looking to achieve. On a personal level, negotiation empowers you to express your needs, advocate for your rights, and seek fair outcomes. It equips you to navigate tough conversations and manage disagreements with grace and respect. In the chapters that follow, we will explore the art of negotiation. We will discuss strategies and techniques, dive into the psychology of negotiation, and learn how to handle various scenarios. Each chapter will build on this foundation, providing you with the tools and insights to become a master negotiator. Remember, negotiation isn't a battle to win, but a puzzle to solve. It's a journey of discovery, understanding, and mutual respect. The true power of negotiation lies not in defeating the other party, but in achieving a desired outcome that everyone can celebrate. If you can create win-win solutions, all the better. Let's embark on this journey together and transform how you negotiate. Chapter 2: Crafting a Winning Strategy. Understanding the power of negotiation is one thing. Crafting a strategy to harness that power, that's where the magic happens. Your negotiation strategy is your blueprint, your guiding star. It's what keeps you focused, in control, and on track to achieve your goals. A well-crafted strategy doesn't just happen by accident. It's the result of meticulous planning, foresight, and the ability to adapt on the fly. Remember, the best negotiators aren't just prepared, they're over-prepared, ready to pivot and adjust as the situation demands. It's about turning every interaction into an opportunity for success. Step 1. Set clear objectives. Start with the end in mind. What do you want to achieve? Your objectives should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, also referred to by the acronym SMART. Think of these objectives as your targets. They give you direction and a benchmark to measure your success. Without clear objectives, you're sailing without a map. Step 2, know your BOTNA. Your BOTNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement, is your safety net. It's your plan B, the alternative you can fall back on if the negotiation doesn't go your way. Knowing your BOTNA gives you confidence and a sense of security. It empowers you to walk away from a deal that doesn't meet your standards, ensuring you don't settle for less than you deserve. Step 3, analyze the situation. Dive deep into the details. Understand the other party's needs, interests, and constraints. What do they want? What's driving them? This isn't just about gathering facts. It's about getting inside their heads. The more you know, the better you can anticipate their moves and tailor your strategy to leverage this insight. Step 4, choose your negotiation style. Negotiation isn't one size fits all. Your style should fit your objectives and the context. Are you aiming for a quick win? A competitive style might work. Looking for a long-term partnership? Go for a collaborative approach. Understand the strengths and weaknesses of different styles: competitive, collaborative, compromising, avoiding, and accommodating, and choose the one that aligns with your goals. Step 5, prepare thoroughly. Anticipate the other party's strategy. Think about their arguments and potential objections. Prepare your responses and identify the concessions you're willing to make. This isn't just about being ready, it's about being 2 steps ahead. Step 6, choose the right communication method. Face-to-face, phone calls, emails. Each method has its pros and cons. Your choice can significantly impact the negotiation's dynamics and outcomes. Face-to-face might be best for building rapport, while emails can provide a written record. Choose the method that best suits your strategy and objectives. Step 7, create a negotiation agenda. An agenda is more than a list. It's a roadmap. It outlines the issues to discuss, the order of discussion, and the desired outcomes for each issue. A well-crafted agenda keeps the negotiation on track, ensures all critical points are covered, and helps manage time effectively. The art of adaptation. A robust strategy is your foundation, but real negotiation is fluid. It's about adapting, reading the room, and connecting with the other party. Your strategy is your launch pad, but your ability to navigate the twists and turns of the negotiation will determine your success. In the following chapters, we'll delve deeper into these steps, exploring real-world examples and practical tips to sharpen your negotiation skills. Get ready to elevate your game and negotiate like a pro. Chapter 3: Mastering the Mind Game. Stepping into the arena of negotiation, you quickly discover it's not merely a strategic duel, it's a psychological ballet. The art of negotiating effectively hinges on understanding the human mind, both yours and your counterparts. This chapter uncovers the psychology of negotiation, highlighting cognitive biases, emotional intelligence, and the transformative power of empathy in shaping outcomes. Cracking the code of cognitive biases. First off, let's decode cognitive biases, those sneaky, systematic errors in thinking that skew our decisions and judgments. In negotiation, being mindful of these biases helps us sidestep their pitfalls, make smarter choices, and better grasp the behavior of the other party. Two biases often at play are anchoring bias and confirmation bias. Anchoring bias is the trap of latching onto the first piece of information offered, the anchor, and letting it disproportionately influence decisions. Confirmation bias, meanwhile, is our tendency to seek out, interpret, and favor information that backs up our existing beliefs. By spotting these biases, you can fine-tune your negotiation strategy for more rational and effective outcomes. The power of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a game changer in negotiation. It's about recognizing, understanding, and managing your emotions and those of others. High emotional intelligence helps you stay cool under pressure, handle stress gracefully, and respond to the other party's emotions in ways that foster mutual understanding and agreement. Empathy, the negotiator's secret weapon. A key component of emotional intelligence is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. Empathy allows you to see the world through the other party's eyes, building rapport and trust. It can ease conflicts and pave the way for creative solutions that benefit everyone involved. The fairness factor. Fairness is a powerful psychological factor in negotiation. People are more likely to agree to terms they perceive as fair and reject those they see as unfair. This fairness heuristic significantly influences negotiation outcomes. By understanding and leveraging this heuristic, you can frame your proposals in a way that resonates with the other party's sense of fairness. The dynamics of power. Finally, let's talk about power. In negotiation, power is about influence, the ability to steer the other party toward your desired outcomes. Power can stem from various sources, such as expertise, information, resources, or even personal attributes like charisma or confidence. Understanding the dynamics of power enables you to leverage your strengths effectively and manage power imbalances in negotiation. The symphony of negotiation. Think of negotiation as a grand performance, as intricate as a well-composed symphony. The role of psychology in negotiations, cognitive biases, emotional intelligence, and psychological principles comes together like a harmonious orchestra. Successful negotiation demands the seamless interplay of these diverse elements. The psychology of negotiation is a rich and fascinating field. By mastering the cognitive and emotional facets of negotiation, you'll navigate the process with greater insight, effectiveness, and success. Remember, negotiation isn't just about getting what you want. It's about understanding what the other party wants and crafting solutions that satisfy both sides. The psychological tools and insights in this chapter will equip you to do just that. Chapter 4: The Power of the Buffer, aka leveraging third-party intermediaries. During every negotiation, the right strategy can mean the difference between sealing a deal and watching it slip through your fingers. One often overlooked yet profoundly effective tactic is using a third-party buffer. Whether it's a trusted friend, business partner, trained mediator, or lawyer, Having someone else represent your interests can transform the negotiation process. Let's take a look into why this approach is so beneficial and how you can harness its power to achieve better outcomes. The advantages of a third-party buffer. The first advantage is that it provides critical thinking time. Negotiations can be fast-paced and emotionally charged, making it easy to get swept up in the moment. Having a third party act as a buffer gives you precious time to think. They can take the initial impact of proposals, demands, and counteroffers, allowing you to step back, assess the situation, and formulate a well-considered response. This breathing room is crucial for making strategic decisions rather than reactive ones. The next advantage of using a buffer is that it offers an out. Imagine this. You're deep in a negotiation, and the other side pushes for an immediate decision. Pressure mounts, and it's easy to feel cornered. A third-party buffer provides a natural exit route. They can buy you time by saying they need to confer with you before responding, giving you an opportunity to regroup and strategize. This not only relieves pressure, but also prevents you from being blindsided or rushed into unfavorable terms. Another advantage is that it allows you to maintain professionalism. Emotions can run high during negotiations, and it's not uncommon for discussions to become personal. A buffer helps maintain a professional distance, ensuring that negotiations stay focused on the issues rather than personal dynamics. This can be particularly important in business or legal contexts, where maintaining a positive working relationship is essential. Still, another advantage is that it enhances perception of fairness. Involving a neutral third party can also enhance the perception of fairness. It shows that you're willing to engage in a structured, impartial process, which can be reassuring to the other side. This can foster a more cooperative atmosphere, increasing the likelihood of reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. Okay, now that we know what the advantages are, let's discuss the best ways to implement the buffer strategy. When selecting a third-party buffer, trust and understanding of your goals are paramount. A friend or business partner who knows your objectives and negotiation style can be an invaluable asset. They can act as your proxy, communicating your positions and feedback while you remain in the background, evaluating the unfolding situation. For more complex or high-stakes negotiations, consider engaging a trained mediator or lawyer. These professionals bring specialized skills and experience, ensuring that your interests are effectively represented. They can navigate legal complexities, manage contentious issues, and keep the negotiation on track toward a favorable resolution. Strategies for solo negotiations. If a third-party buffer is not an option, you can still adopt strategies to gain the benefits of time and flexibility. Delay tactics. Use statements like, "That sounds like an interesting proposal. I'll need to discuss it with my partner before responding. How does tomorrow afternoon look like to continue this conversation?" This approach buys you time to think and consult, without giving an immediate answer under pressure. Set clear boundaries. Establish clear rules for how and when you will respond. Let the other party know that you need time to consider their proposals and that you will get back to them within a specified time frame. This sets expectations and reduces pressure for immediate decisions. Stay calm and composed. In the heat of negotiation, it's easy to get flustered. Practice techniques for staying calm and composed, such as deep breathing or taking a brief pause. This helps you maintain clarity and control, enabling you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. The power of a third-party buffer in negotiations cannot be overstated. Whether it's through the direct involvement of a trusted intermediary or strategic self-management, creating a buffer allows you to maintain control, think critically, and avoid being cornered. Embrace the approach of including trusted intermediaries or professional mediators in your efforts. you'll find yourself negotiating with greater confidence and success, securing the outcomes you desire without compromising your position or peace of mind. Chapter 5. The Secret Sauce. Listening and asking open-ended questions. In negotiation, mastering the art of listening and asking the right questions can be your secret weapon, perhaps even more crucial than eloquently presenting your demands. This chapter considers these essential skills and how they can amplify your negotiation success. We'll explore how active listening not only builds trust, but also uncovers hidden interests and needs. Additionally, we'll dissect the power of strategic questioning to steer conversations, reveal opportunities, and create win-win outcomes. By honing these techniques, you'll transform from a mere participant to a commanding presence at the negotiation table. The power of listening. Listening in negotiation isn't just about catching the words coming from the other party's mouth. It's about tuning into their underlying interests, concerns, and emotions. It's about picking up on the subtleties in their communication, both verbal and nonverbal, and responding in a way that shows you understand and respect their viewpoint. This skill, often referred to as active listening, is a cornerstone of effective negotiation. Active listening is more than just hearing. It's about fully engaging with the speaker. This means avoiding interruptions, giving feedback that shows comprehension, and being patient and empathetic. It's not about planning your counter-argument while they're still talking, but about being genuinely present in the moment. When you actively listen, you build trust, minimize misunderstandings, and open the door to honest communication. This can help you uncover vital information about the other party's needs, interests, and strategy, insights you can use to craft your responses and proposals effectively. The art of inquiry. While listening is about receiving information, asking questions is about seeking it. In negotiation, asking the right questions can be as crucial as providing the right answers. It allows you to gather information, clarify understanding, and stimulate deeper thinking. There are two types of questions to wield in negotiation: open-ended and closed-ended. Open-ended questions are broad and invite detailed responses, revealing the other party's thoughts, feelings, and perspectives. These questions often start with words like what, how, why, describe, or explain. Closed-ended questions, on the other hand, are more narrow, eliciting short or single-word answers. They're useful for confirming information or narrowing down options. Leveraging the power of open-ended questions. Open-ended questions require more than a simple yes or no answer. They prompt thoughtful, elaborate responses, making them invaluable for negotiators and mediators. These questions help uncover underlying issues, motivations, and interests, which are crucial for resolving disputes. Uncovering underlying issues. Open-ended questions encourage individuals to share their concerns, needs, and interests. This can illuminate the root causes of a dispute, facilitating a more comprehensive understanding of the situation. Example: instead of asking, "Are you unhappy with the contract?" which invites a yes or no answer, try, "What concerns, if any, do you have with the current contract?" Encouraging dialogue and collaboration. Open-ended questions stimulate conversation and engagement, fostering a collaborative atmosphere. When parties feel heard and understood, they're more likely to cooperate and compromise. Example: in a family mediation, rather than asking, "Do you want the children to stay with you?" ask, "What kind of living arrangements do you think would be best for the children, and why?" Building rapport. These questions can also help build rapport and trust. They give the other person space to speak and share details, signaling that their thoughts and feelings matter, which can lead to more open and productive dialogue. So how do you ask better open-ended questions? First, avoid leading questions. Ensure your questions don't steer the respondent toward a particular answer. You can do this by asking questions that require more than a yes or no answer. After all, you're after their true perspective, not agreement with yours. Next, be genuinely curious. Your questions should stem from a genuine desire to understand the other party's viewpoint. This authentic curiosity will shape your questions and the tone of your voice, conveying genuine interest. Third, encourage elaboration. Frame your questions to invite detailed responses. Phrases like, "Can you tell me more about," or "What led you to feel," are great starters. And last, practice active listening. Summarize or reflect back what you've heard to show your listening and understanding, encouraging the respondent to continue sharing. Remember, the goal is to foster dialogue, deepen understanding, and resolve conflicts, not to win a conversation. Using open-ended questions can significantly enhance your negotiation and mediation outcomes. Keep in mind, the art of inquiry extends beyond merely asking questions. It's about asking the right questions at the right time, creating a safe and open environment that encourages the other party to share their thoughts and feelings. It's about showing genuine interest and respect for their perspective, even if it differs from yours. In negotiation, the dual arts of listening and inquiry are powerful tools. They help you build strong relationships, uncover hidden interests, and generate creative solutions. Mastering these skills can give you the edge you need to negotiate effectively and achieve successful outcomes. Chapter 6. Decode the silent signals by mastering body language. Hey there, savvy negotiators. Let's talk about a secret weapon that often gets overlooked, but is just as powerful as your words: body language. Yep, those subtle nonverbal cues like facial expressions, gestures, posture, and eye contact can make or break your negotiation game. In this chapter, we'll scrutinize how mastering body language can significantly sway the course and outcome of your negotiations. Understanding body language is like unlocking a hidden treasure chest of information that goes beyond words. Imagine this. Your counterpart says they agree with your proposal, but their crossed arms, wandering eyes, or restless movements suggest otherwise. Likewise, your own body language can unintentionally spill the beans about your true feelings, potentially weakening your position. Key aspects. So let's break down the key aspects of body language in the negotiation arena. Facial expressions. Your face is a billboard for your emotions. Happiness, sadness, anger, surprise, fear, and disgust can all be clearly broadcast through your expressions. Keep an eye on these signals to gauge the emotional state and reactions of your counterpart. A smile can build rapport, while a furrowed brow might signal concern or disagreement. Eye contact. Steady eye contact is your best friend. It conveys confidence, sincerity, and engagement. But beware of overdoing it. Intense or prolonged eye contact can come off as aggressive or intimidating. Strike the right balance to show you're attentive without being overbearing. Posture. Stand tall and open. An upright, open posture exudes confidence and positivity, inviting collaboration. Conversely, a slouched or closed posture might broadcast defensiveness, insecurity, or disinterest. Remember, how you physically carry yourself speaks volumes. Gestures. Gestures are the exclamation points of body language. Nodding, pointing, shrugging, and hand movements can emphasize your words, making your message more compelling. However, be mindful. Gestures can also betray your true feelings or reveal unease if they contradict your verbal message. Personal space. The distance between you and your counterpart is a silent communicator. Too close, and you might come off as aggressive or intrusive. Too far, and you risk appearing detached or uninterested. Find that sweet spot to maintain comfort and engagement. Touch is a double-edged sword. A well-timed handshake or a reassuring pat on the back can convey warmth and agreement. But be cautious. Touch can also be misinterpreted as invasive or inappropriate, depending on cultural norms and personal preferences. Micro-expressions. These fleeting, involuntary facial expressions flash across our faces when we try to hide our emotions. They're like the truth sneaking out for a split second. Keep an eye out for these micro-expressions to gain insight into your counterpart's true feelings, even if they're trying to mask them. Mastering body language is a game changer in negotiations. It equips you to read your counterpart, tweak your tactics on the fly, and control your own nonverbal signals for maximum impact. Remember, consistency between your words and body language is crucial for maintaining credibility and trust. If your nonverbal cues contradict your words, your counterpart might question your sincerity or honesty. So, gear up and let your body do some of the talking. With practice, you'll turn these nonverbal signals into your negotiation superpower, leading to better outcomes and stronger agreements. And one more thing, if the other person is a skilled negotiator like you, they are watching your body language too. Always pay attention and read the room. Chapter 7. Breaking Barriers by Conquering Objections and Resistance. Welcome to the heart of the negotiation jungle, where objections and resistance are as common as the thick vines that block your path. But fear not, this chapter is your trusty machete, primed to help you clear those obstacles and transform potential deal breakers into golden opportunities for progress and agreement. You'll discover the strategies that turn a no into a yes, and learn to navigate even the trickiest terrain with confidence and finesse. Prepare to sharpen your skills and emerge victorious, ready to tackle any negotiation challenge with ease. Objections. Objections in negotiation are like flashing yellow lights, signals that caution is needed. They arise from differing interests, misunderstandings, or even emotional reactions. Instead of viewing objections as roadblocks, see them as opportunities to explore deeper and clarify misunderstandings. Here's how to tackle them. Listen and understand. When an objection pops up, hit pause. Listen without interrupting. Try to grasp the underlying concerns or needs driving the objection. This empathy-based approach can diffuse tension and open doors for constructive dialogue. Clarify and confirm. Ask questions to clarify the objection and ensure you've got it right. This can uncover misunderstandings or new information that might help address the concern. Respond thoughtfully. Once you understand the objection, respond with care. Avoid defensive or dismissive reactions. They can escalate tension. Instead, offer information, reassurances, or alternative proposals that address the concern raised. Next, let's discuss the concept of resistance. Resistance is a tougher beast to overcome, often rooted in fear, mistrust, or power dynamics. It can manifest as stubbornness, avoidance, or outright uncooperative behavior. Handling resistance requires patience, skill, and a deep dive into the other party's perspective. Here's how to manage it. Diagnose the source. Identify the root cause of the resistance. Is it fear of change, mistrust, or a perceived power imbalance? Ask open-ended questions to get to the heart of the matter. Understanding the source can guide your approach to addressing it. Build trust and rapport. If mistrust is fueling the resistance, focus on building trust. Open, honest communication, demonstrating empathy, and showing consistency in your words and actions can go a long way. Empower the other party. If a power imbalance is the issue, find ways to level the playing field. Share information. Involve them more in decision-making or acknowledge their concerns and interests. Offer alternatives. Provide alternative proposals or solutions that address the concerns behind the resistance. This shows your flexibility and commitment to finding a mutually beneficial agreement. Be patient and persistent. Overcoming resistance takes time and persistence. Stay patient, committed to your objectives, and keep engaging in constructive dialogue. Impasses. Impasses are like hitting a brick wall in your negotiation journey. They often arise from differences in interests, priorities, or perceptions. While challenging, they're not insurmountable. Here's how to navigate them. Reframe the discussion. Impasses often occur when parties become entrenched in their positions. Reframe the conversation around interests rather than positions. What are the underlying needs, concerns, or values? Discussing these can lead to innovative solutions and reveal common ground. Use a mediator or facilitator. An impartial third party can help move the conversation forward when you're stuck. They can identify underlying issues, promote understanding, and assist in generating solutions. Active listening and empathy. Show that you understand the other party's position and feelings. This can help them feel heard and valued, reducing defensive reactions and making them more open to compromise. Break the problem down. Large, complex issues can feel overwhelming. Break the problem into smaller, more manageable parts to make progress, build momentum, and gradually tackle the larger issue. Use objective criteria. Sometimes impasses arise from differing subjective views. Using objective criteria or standards can help find a fair solution. For example, in a salary negotiation, industry salary data can provide a useful benchmark. Take a break. If tensions are running high, take a break. This gives everyone a chance to cool down, reflect, and come back with a fresh perspective. Explore alternatives. Know your best alternative to a negotiated agreement, BATNA. If the negotiation isn't providing a satisfactory outcome, knowing your alternatives can guide your decision on whether to continue negotiating or pursue a different path. Future visioning. Encourage each party to envision a future where the conflict is resolved and then work backward to identify steps to get there. This can offer new insights and facilitate compromise. Use what-if scenarios. Propose hypothetical scenarios to stimulate new ideas and solutions. These can help parties see the problem from a different perspective and identify potential solutions. Change the environment. Sometimes a change of scenery can help shift mindsets. Consider holding the next session in a different setting, like a neutral location, or even outdoors. Now let's talk about one of my favorite tools, metaphors. Using metaphors is a powerful way to not only make your point, but to keep conversations moving forward during resistance or an impasse. They can shift perspectives and break through deadlock. As an example, here are a few metaphors I enjoy using. Adjust them to the context of your facts and negotiation setting, and you'll have gold. Okay, here goes. The stuck wheel. Sometimes a stuck wheel just needs a nudge to get rolling again. If we work together, we can get this conversation moving forward. Bridge building. Think of this negotiation as building a bridge between our positions. Each plank we lay brings us closer to meeting in the middle. The knot. Negotiations can feel like untying a giant knot. With patience and perseverance, every knot can be untied. Sailing against the wind. Negotiating can be like sailing against the wind. It's about tacking, moving in a zigzag pattern to make progress. Gardening. Negotiations need nurturing, like a garden. Plant the seeds, water them, pull out the weeds, and eventually something will flourish. Mountain climbing. Reaching an agreement is like climbing a mountain. It's tough, but every step takes us closer to the summit. Unblocking the stream. Our conversation may feel like a blocked stream. Together, we can remove the obstacles and let the conversation flow again. The orchestra. Negotiations are like an orchestra. It only works when all the instruments play in harmony. Let's tune our instruments to create beautiful music together. The lighthouse. Let's think of our shared goals as a lighthouse, guiding us through the fog. We may not see the entire path, but steering toward the light will lead us there. Jigsaw puzzle. Finding a resolution is like completing a jigsaw puzzle. It might seem impossible with pieces scattered, but with patience and effort, each piece will find its place. Be creative and plan ahead by selecting metaphors that complement your situation and the personalities of the parties. Embrace the process. Objections, resistance, and impasses are all part of the negotiation process. They force us to reassess positions, deepen our understanding, and pave the way for more satisfactory resolutions. Embrace these opportunities, employ the strategies in this chapter, and you'll be well equipped to navigate the negotiation landscape with confidence and success. Chapter 8. The Persuasion Edge. Elevate your game. Picture the negotiation table as a stage. On this stage, persuasion isn't about overpowering your opponent, but about artfully guiding their thoughts, emotions, and decisions toward a mutual understanding and agreement. Think of persuasion as a performance that can change minds, build consensus, and shape outcomes. In this chapter, we'll probe into mastering the art of persuasion in negotiation. Persuasion is a skillful blend of logic, emotion, and credibility. Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher, gave us 3 pillars of persuasion: ethos, pathos, and logos. When these elements are balanced and effectively employed, your persuasive power in negotiation reaches new heights. Let's discuss each as they relate to negotiation. Ethos is all about establishing your character, competence, and sincerity. Trust and respect come easier when you're seen as knowledgeable, honest, and genuinely interested in a win-win outcome. You build credibility by being transparent, demonstrating your expertise, and consistently aligning your actions with your words. Pathos involves connecting on an emotional level. This isn't about manipulation, it's about understanding and responding to the other party's feelings in a way that fosters empathy and rapport. Use stories, metaphors, and vivid language to create emotional resonance and pave the way for agreement. Logos focus on the strength of your logical arguments. Present clear, rational reasons supported by facts and data to back your proposals. Remember, though, what's logical to you might not seem logical to them. Tailor your reasoning to their interests, perspectives, and values. Next, let's discuss the 6 principles of influence identified by Robert Cialdini, a renowned social psychologist. These principles, reciprocity, scarcity, authority, consistency, liking, and consensus, offer deep insights into the psychology of persuasion and can significantly enhance your negotiation strategy. Reciprocity is the idea that when someone does us a favor, we feel compelled to return it. In negotiations, initiate goodwill or make early concessions to create a sense of indebtedness. This can encourage a more cooperative and reciprocative atmosphere. Scarcity taps into our tendency to value what is rare or limited. Highlight the unique features or time-sensitive nature of your proposal to create a perception of scarcity and increase its appeal. This can motivate the other party to act favorably and swiftly. Authority is about leveraging expertise to enhance your persuasive impact. Position yourself as an expert or bring in external experts to bolster your case. Showcase your qualifications, experience, and achievements to inspire confidence. Reference respected authorities or credible data to further strengthen your position. Consistency reflects the human desire to act in alignment with previous commitments. Remind the other party of shared goals or past agreements to encourage them to stay consistent with their previous statements. Show how your proposal aligns with their existing values or objectives. Liking recognizes that people prefer to say yes to those they like. Build rapport, find common ground, and show genuine interest in the other party. Engage in active listening, display empathy, and connect on shared interests to increase your likability and persuasive power. Consensus leverages social proof to guide decisions. Highlight testimonials, success stories, or endorsements from others who have benefited from similar agreements. Demonstrating that others have already endorsed your proposal can create persuasive social proof and encourage the other party to follow suit. Integrating these principles of influence into your negotiation approach can significantly enhance your persuasive power. But remember, use these principles ethically and with genuine intent to build trust and achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. Ultimately, persuasion in negotiation isn't about winning at the other party's expense. It's about crafting solutions that satisfy everyone's interests and creating value for all involved. With respect, empathy, and integrity, persuasion transforms negotiation from a battleground into a collaborative and creative process. Chapter 9. Harnessing the Power of BATNA and ZOPA. Imagine having the ultimate ace up your sleeve in every negotiation, an option so good it lets you walk away from the table with confidence. This isn't about being difficult or inflexible. It's about understanding your worth and knowing your alternatives. While I mentioned BATNA earlier in the book, it's a good idea if we pull back the curtain and review this approach in more detail. What is BATNA? BATNA, a term coined by negotiation gurus Roger Fisher and William Ury, is the most favorable course of action you can take if a negotiation doesn't pan out. It's your best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Think of it as your safety net, the benchmark against which you measure any potential deal. Identifying your BATNA. The first step in harnessing your BATNA is a brainstorming session. Dive into all possible alternatives if the negotiation stalls. What are your options? Could you find another partner, pursue a different strategy, or take a completely different path to achieve your goals? List them all. Next, evaluate each alternative. Which options best serve your interests? Consider their feasibility, potential success, and the resources they would consume. The most advantageous alternative that emerges from this process becomes your BATNA. The power of knowing your BATNA. Having a solid BATNA is like having a secret superpower in negotiations. It provides you with a clear standard to compare potential agreements against, helping you avoid unfavorable deals and pursue beneficial ones. More importantly, it gives you confidence. Knowing you have a strong alternative empowers you to negotiate more assertively and walk away if necessary. Leveraging. Your BATNA strategically using your BATNA can turn the tide in your favor. Subtly, let the other party know you have viable alternatives without coming off as threatening. This signals that you are prepared to walk away if the deal isn't satisfactory, which can often lead to better offers on the table. Understanding. Their BATNA. Remember, it's not just about your BATNA. Try to deduce the BATNA of the other party too. Understanding their best alternatives can provide valuable insights into their negotiation strategy, satisfaction level, and willingness to compromise. This knowledge can be instrumental in crafting mutually beneficial agreements. What is ZOPA? ZOPA, or the zone of possible agreement, is where the magic of negotiation happens. It's the range in which an agreement is satisfactory to both parties involved. Knowing your ZOPA can be the difference between a successful deal and a stalemate. Identifying your ZOPA. To identify your ZOPA, start with clear parameters of your acceptable outcomes. What's your minimum acceptable offer? What's your maximum? Understanding these limits helps in defining the zone where you and the other party's interests overlap. The role of ZOPA in negotiations. Once you've identified the ZOPA, use it as your negotiation playground. This is where you can explore options, propose solutions, and make concessions that still fall within the acceptable range. It's like finding the sweet spot where both parties walk away feeling like they've won. Expanding the ZOPA. Sometimes negotiations stall because the ZOPA seems too narrow or non-existent. This is where creativity and flexibility come into play. Look for ways to expand the ZOPA by introducing new variables or finding alternative solutions that can bring both parties closer to agreement. Leveraging ZOPA for better outcomes. Understanding and effectively leveraging ZOPA ensures that you're not leaving value on the table. By knowing the range where a deal is possible, you can focus your efforts on making the most advantageous agreement within that space. It helps in maintaining a constructive dialogue and avoiding the pitfalls of rigid negotiation stances. The synergy of BATNA and ZOPA. When you combine the strategic clarity of BATNA with the dynamic flexibility of ZOPA, you're equipped with a powerful toolkit for negotiations. BATNA gives you the confidence to stand firm, while ZOPA provides the framework for finding mutually beneficial solutions. Together, they ensure that you're not just negotiating, you're negotiating smarter. Equip yourself with the knowledge of your BATNA and the insights of ZOPA, and watch your negotiation outcomes soar. This dual approach not only strengthens your position, but also opens up pathways to agreements that might otherwise seem out of reach. Chapter 10. Creating and Claiming Value. In every negotiation isn't just about dividing a pie, it's about baking a bigger, tastier pie that everyone can enjoy. Imagine turning a tug-of-war into a dance, where both sides move in harmony to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Instead of seeing negotiation as a battle where one side wins and the other loses, let's shift the focus to creating mutual benefits and building lasting relationships. This chapter explores the dual aspects of negotiation, creating value and claiming your fair share. By fostering collaboration and understanding, we transform adversaries into partners, paving the way for innovative solutions and shared success. The true art of negotiation lies in crafting outcomes that leave all parties not just satisfied, but delighted. Creating value, think bigger. Together. Creating value or expanding the pie is all about finding those golden opportunities where everyone's interests align. It's a move from competitive wrangling to collaborative problem solving. Here's how you can do it. Identify and understand shared and compatible interests. The magic starts with open communication and active listening. When you dig deep, you'll uncover interests that align with those of the other party. These shared interests are your key to creating value. Generate multiple options. Don't get stuck on one solution. Brainstorm a variety of options that address different interests. This not only opens up new possibilities, but also offers flexibility for trade-offs and agreements. Use objective criteria. Fairness matters. Establish objective criteria, like industry standards, market prices, or expert opinions, to evaluate options. This helps ensure that everyone feels the outcome is just and beneficial. Build relationships. Strong relationships foster trust and open communication. When trust is high, it's easier to create value together because cooperation comes naturally. Claiming value, secure your share with confidence. Creating value is about collaboration, but once that value is on the table, it's time to secure your share. Here's how to do it effectively. Know your BATNA. Your BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement, is your safety net. It gives you the confidence to know when to walk away if the deal doesn't meet your needs. Be assertive. Clearly articulate your interests and needs and be prepared to stand your ground. Assertiveness is key, but always balance it with respect for the other party and the relationship. Negotiate multiple issues. Simultaneously, when there are multiple issues at stake, tackle them together. This approach allows for creative trade-offs and compromises, maximizing overall satisfaction. Use anchoring. Making the first offer can give you a strategic advantage by setting the tone and range of the negotiation. Research shows that the first offer often becomes a reference point, anchoring the negotiation in your favor. As I've mentioned more than once, because it's important, negotiation is an art and a science. By focusing on both creating and claiming value, you can transform your approach from a zero-sum game to a win-win strategy. Whether you're a business owner, entrepreneur, professional, or a combination of all three, I think you'll find that these strategies will help you negotiate better outcomes and build stronger relationships. Chapter 11. Navigating Cross-Cultural Deals. In our ever-evolving and interconnected world, the ability to negotiate across cultures is not just a nice-to-have skill, it's essential. Cultural differences can shape negotiation strategies, behaviors, and outcomes in profound ways. In this chapter, we discuss the challenges and strategies of negotiating across cultures, giving you the tools to navigate cultural complexities and build successful international relationships. By understanding the subtle nuances of communication styles and cultural etiquette, you can bridge gaps and foster trust. This chapter will equip you with practical insights and real-world examples to help you thrive in a global marketplace, turning potential obstacles into opportunities for mutual growth. Understanding cultural differences. The first step in cross-cultural negotiation is understanding cultural differences. Different cultures have their own norms, values, communication styles, decision-making processes, and conceptions of trust and respect. These differences shape the negotiation process and the expectations of the parties involved. Here are some key cultural dimensions to consider. Communication styles. Some cultures prefer direct communication, where the meaning is clear in the words spoken. Others lean towards indirect communication, where the meaning lies in the context, nonverbal cues, or what's unsaid. Time orientation. In some cultures, time is viewed linearly, with a high value placed on punctuality and efficiency. In others, time is more fluid, and the emphasis is on flexibility and relationships. Power distance. Cultures with high power distance accept hierarchical structures and power disparities, while those with low power distance prefer egalitarian structures and power equality. Individualism versus collectivism. Individualistic cultures prioritize individual rights and achievements, whereas collectivist cultures emphasize group harmony and cooperation. Structure. U.S. negotiators often prefer a principled approach, focusing on the problem rather than the people, with logical arguments supported by facts and figures. In many other cultures, negotiations are relationship-based, with a focus on building trust and rapport before diving into business matters. Personal connections, mutual trust, and respect play a significant role in achieving successful outcomes. Risk tolerance. Some cultures are comfortable with uncertainty and risk-taking, low uncertainty avoidance, while others prefer certainty, stability, and risk avoidance, high uncertainty avoidance. Strategies for successful cross-cultural negotiation. Understanding these differences helps you adapt your negotiation strategy, avoid cultural misunderstandings, and build effective relationships. Here are some strategies for successful cross-cultural negotiation. Do your homework. Before entering a cross-cultural negotiation, research the other party's culture to understand their norms, values, and negotiation practices. This shows respect and helps you anticipate potential cultural differences or issues. Build relationships. In many cultures, relationships are a prerequisite for successful negotiation. Invest time in building rapport, trust, and understanding before diving into negotiation. Communicate clearly and respectfully. Given the potential for linguistic and cultural misunderstandings, strive for clarity, simplicity, and respect in your communication. Use interpreters or translators if necessary. Be flexible and adaptable. Be prepared to adapt your negotiation style and strategy to fit the cultural context. Show patience, openness, and flexibility in navigating cultural differences. Seek win-win outcomes. Regardless of cultural differences, the goal of negotiation remains the same: achieving mutually beneficial outcomes. Find common ground and create value that transcends cultural boundaries. In summary, negotiating across cultures requires awareness, preparation, and adaptability. By understanding cultural differences and employing these strategies, you can navigate the complexities of cross-cultural negotiation and build successful international relationships. Chapter 12: Mastering Ethics for Winning Negotiations. Negotiation isn't just about tactics and strategies. It's also about doing what's right. Think of it as a blend of sharp strategy and a solid moral compass. How you handle yourself in negotiations can shape the results, and just as importantly, your reputation and relationships. Let's discuss the importance of ethical boundaries in negotiation and practical tips to maintain your integrity while you chase your goals. As we touched upon earlier, ethics in negotiation boil down to honesty, fairness, respect, and responsibility. Tactics like lying, manipulating, or breaching trust don't just risk your deals. They risk your reputation and can lead to legal trouble. More importantly, they undermine the potential for truly beneficial and lasting agreements. Navigating negotiations with integrity isn't just a moral choice. It's a strategic advantage that fosters trust, encourages cooperation, and paves the way for more sustainable and rewarding partnerships. In a world where every action echoes, maintaining ethical standards ensures your legacy is one of respect and reliability. Here's your guide to keeping things ethical. Be honest. Honesty is your negotiation bedrock. This means telling the truth, avoiding deception, and sharing relevant information when needed. But remember, honesty doesn't mean you spill every secret. There's a difference between being wisely strategic and being dishonest. Be fair. Fairness means treating the other party with respect and seeking win-win outcomes. Use objective criteria to evaluate options and avoid exploiting power imbalances or weaknesses. Fairness builds trust and leads to better deals for everyone. Respect autonomy. Respect the other party's right to make their own decisions. Avoid coercion or undue pressure. Let them negotiate on their terms and respect their boundaries. True respect fosters a cooperative spirit. Honor commitments. When you make a promise, keep it. Broken commitments shatter trust and can have serious consequences. Your word should be as strong as any contract. Be responsible. Own your actions and decisions. If you make a mistake, acknowledge it and make it right. Consider the wider impact of your negotiation on society and the environment. Responsible negotiators are trusted and respected. Beyond these guidelines, stay informed about relevant laws, regulations, and professional codes of conduct. Develop your own personal code of ethics to steer your behavior, ensuring you stay on the right path. Ethical negotiation not only preserves your integrity and reputation, but also enhances the quality and durability of your agreements. It builds trust, fosters cooperation, and ensures respect, all of which are essential for successful current and future negotiations. By keeping ethics at the forefront, you don't just win the deal. You win respect, trust, and lasting success. Chapter 13, Mastering Deal Making. In Zoom, the Metaverse, and Virtual Platforms. Welcome to the digital frontier of deal making. With technology transforming how we connect, virtual negotiations have become the new normal. Whether through phone calls, emails, video conferences, or other digital platforms, navigating these virtual arenas can be both challenging and rewarding. Virtual negotiations strip away the physical presence and nonverbal cues that we rely on in face-to-face interactions. This can impact communication, relationship building, and trust. But don't worry, there are also significant upsides, such as flexibility, convenience, and the ability to engage with diverse, distant parties. Embrace the potential for creative solutions and efficient collaborations that virtual negotiations offer. With the right approach, you can turn these virtual challenges into opportunities, fostering meaningful connections and sealing deals with confidence and clarity. Here's your guide to navigating this exciting new landscape and how to transform negotiations in the digital age. Choose the right medium or venue. Every negotiation is unique, and so is the medium you choose. For complex or sensitive discussions, video conferencing is your best bet. It offers visual cues and real-time interaction. Simpler, routine negotiations might be more efficiently handled through emails or instant messages. Now let's expand the conversation to the metaverse and spatial computing office and conference rooms. These cutting-edge virtual venues are changing the game, offering immersive environments that mimic face-to-face interactions. Imagine stepping into a virtual room where you can read body language, use spatial cues, and engage as if you were physically present, all from your home office. These new platforms provide a richer, more dynamic interaction than traditional video calls. Use them for high-stakes negotiations, where the nuances of physical presence matter. Explore options like virtual reality meeting spaces and augmented reality environments to elevate your negotiation game. Embrace these technologies to create a more engaging and effective negotiation experience, leveraging every tool at your disposal to build rapport and close deals successfully. Prepare technologically. Ensure a seamless experience by getting the tech details right. Test your equipment and internet connection beforehand. Familiarize yourself with the platform's features, and always have a backup plan in case of technical glitches. Confidence in your tech setup is key. Establish ground rules. Lay the groundwork for smooth virtual negotiations by setting clear ground rules from the start. Decide on who can be present, turn-taking, mute policies, handling technical issues, and managing time. This creates a structured environment and helps keep everyone on the same page. Communicate clearly and effectively. In virtual settings, clear communication reigns supreme. Be concise, explicit, and structured in your messages. Use visual aids or summaries to elucidate complex points and consistently check for understanding. Imagine your digital stage as a physical room with anchor points, strategic locations you use to emphasize different parts of your message. Anchor points can transform your presentation from bland to an engaging, dynamic interaction. So, what exactly are anchor points? Picture yourself in a conference room. You walk to one end of the table to discuss the problem, planting yourself firmly in that space. When it's time to discuss solutions, you move to the opposite end. This physical movement anchors your points, helping your audience intuitively connect the location with the type of content you're sharing. Being consistent in where you stand with the type of message you share is an effective way to put weight on positive aspects of your message and minimize the negative elements during your presentation or negotiation. In a virtual setting, use and move your avatar to work the room and maximize digital anchor points. Move your camera, change images, or use different objects and locations in the digital venue to signify shifts in the conversation. This technique not only makes your message clearer, but also empowers your audience to feel and internalize what they hear, enhancing their engagement and retention. Build relationships and trust. Building rapport in a virtual world can be tricky without the benefit of physical presence and nonverbal cues. Invest time in small talk, show empathy and respect, demonstrate reliability, and use video whenever possible to create a sense of presence. Trust is built one interaction at a time. Manage time and pace. Virtual negotiations can be both a blessing and a curse when it comes to time. They offer flexibility, but can also drag out longer than in-person meetings. Keep things on track by setting timelines, maintaining momentum, and being responsive. Stay secure. Virtual negotiations are not immune to privacy and security issues. Protect your information by using secure platforms, following best cybersecurity practices, and if necessary, establishing confidentiality agreements. Safety first. By harnessing these strategies, you'll be well equipped to navigate the complexities of virtual negotiations. Embrace the digital shift and let your negotiation skills shine across any platform. Chapter 14: The Role of AI in Negotiation. Before diving into how AI can assist in negotiations, it's essential to understand what AI can do. AI tools can analyze large data sets, identify patterns, predict outcomes, and generate strategic recommendations. They excel in tasks such as data analysis, reviewing historical negotiation, data to identify successful strategies. Data analysis forms the backbone of AI's contribution to negotiation preparation. By reviewing historical negotiation data, AI can pinpoint the strategies that have yielded the best results in similar situations. This involves analyzing past negotiations to identify patterns, trends, and tactics that led to successful outcomes. For example, AI can assess the language used, the timing of offers, and the nature of concessions made. It can also consider the profiles of the negotiating parties, the context of the negotiations, and the final agreements reached. This wealth of information allows negotiators to adopt proven strategies and avoid pitfalls that previously led to suboptimal results. Moreover, AI can provide a comparative analysis, showing how different strategies performed under varying conditions. This can include factors such as industry-specific trends, economic conditions, or the influence of external events. By understanding these nuances, negotiators can tailor their approach to align with what has historically worked best in similar contexts. This not only increases the likelihood of success, but also saves time and resources that would otherwise be spent on trial and error. Predictive analytics, forecasting the likely outcomes of different negotiation tactics. Predictive analytics is a powerful tool that leverages AI to forecast the likely outcomes of various negotiation tactics. By analyzing vast amounts of data from previous negotiations, AI can predict how certain strategies might play out in future negotiations. This includes evaluating the potential responses from the other party based on their past behavior and identifying which tactics are most likely to lead to a favorable outcome. AI can predict how a counterpart might react to different opening offers, concessions, or ultimatums. It can also assess the probability of reaching an agreement if certain conditions are met or if specific negotiation tactics are employed. These insights enable negotiators to make informed decisions, reducing the uncertainty that often accompanies high-stakes negotiations. Additionally, predictive analytics can highlight potential risks and opportunities, allowing negotiators to prepare contingency plans and capitalize on favorable conditions. Beyond individual tactics, predictive analytics can provide a holistic view of the negotiation landscape. It can simulate various negotiation paths, showing the likely sequence of events and outcomes for each path. This comprehensive analysis helps negotiators choose the most promising strategies and prepare for different scenarios that may arise during the negotiation process. Scenario planning, simulating various negotiation scenarios to find the most effective approach. Scenario planning is an invaluable aspect of AI's role in negotiation preparation. By simulating various negotiation scenarios, AI allows negotiators to explore different strategies and their potential outcomes. This involves creating detailed models of possible negotiation situations, including best case, worst case, and most likely scenarios. These simulations help negotiators understand the dynamics of each scenario and prepare accordingly. Smart negotiators will take time to use AI to simulate the impact of different concession patterns, the introduction of new terms, or changes in negotiation tactics. It can also model the influence of external factors, such as market conditions or regulatory changes, on the negotiation process. By visualizing these scenarios, negotiators can anticipate challenges, identify leverage points, and develop strategies to navigate complex situations effectively. Furthermore, scenario planning with AI enables negotiators to test their assumptions and refine their strategies in a risk-free environment. They can experiment with different approaches, learn from the simulated outcomes, and adjust their plans based on the insights gained. This iterative process of testing and refinement ensures that negotiators are well prepared to handle the real negotiation with confidence and agility. In addition, scenario planning helps negotiators build resilience by preparing for unexpected developments. By considering a wide range of possible scenarios, they can develop contingency plans and remain flexible in their approach. This adaptability is crucial in dynamic negotiation environments where conditions can change rapidly. Asking the right questions. To maximize the benefits of AI, you need to ask the right questions. Asking the right questions is akin to unlocking the full potential of your AI tools. It allows you to tap into the AI's vast analytical capabilities to generate insights that are directly relevant to your negotiation. Effective questioning not only helps you gather pertinent information, but also guides the AI to focus on the most critical aspects of the negotiation process. This precision ensures that the AI's output is both actionable and aligned with your strategic objectives. Moreover, the process of asking the right questions can be iterative. By using subprompts and follow-up questions, you can delve deeper into specific areas of interest, refining your understanding and strategy as you go. This approach enables a more comprehensive exploration of potential scenarios and outcomes, helping you to identify subtle nuances and leverage points that might otherwise be overlooked. Here are some examples of questions that can help you prepare for a negotiation. Regarding the topic of historical data analysis, consider asking, what negotiation strategies have been most successful in similar cases? And for a sub-prompt, ask, can you provide examples of successful strategies used in negotiations involving similar terms or industries? What were the outcomes of past negotiations involving similar terms or conditions? A good follow-up subprompt is, what factors contributed to the success or failure of these negotiations? When it comes to predictive analytics, ask, what are the likely responses from the other party based on their past behavior? Subprompt, how did the other party respond to previous offers and counteroffers in similar negotiations? What is the probability of reaching an agreement under the current terms? Subprompt, what adjustments to our terms might increase the likelihood of a successful agreement? And with scenario planning, what are the potential outcomes if we adjust our offer by 10%? Subprompt, how would the other party's position likely change if we made a 10% adjustment to our offer? How will the negotiation dynamics change if we introduce a new term? Subprompt, what are the potential reactions and counter strategies the other party might employ if we introduce this new term? Asking the right questions and using subprompts is powerful because it allows for a deeper and more nuanced exploration of the negotiation landscape. It helps ensure that you are not just scratching the surface, but are instead uncovering the layers of complexity that characterize high-stakes negotiations. This thorough approach enables you to anticipate potential challenges, prepare effective responses, and ultimately negotiate from a position of strength and confidence. Furthermore, by continually refining your questions and exploring subprompts, you engage in a dynamic and iterative learning process. This not only enhances your immediate negotiation strategy, but also builds your overall negotiation skills, making you a more adept and versatile negotiator in the long run. Strategizing with AI identifying interests and positions. One of the core elements of negotiation is understanding both your and the other party's interests and positions. Feed AI information about the other party and issues, and let it help you identify all of the above and more by analyzing data and extracting insights. Interest mapping. AI can help map out the underlying interests of both parties by analyzing past communications, contracts, and public statements. Copy, paste, or upload relevant data into your AI and let it do the heavy lifting. Position analysis. By examining historical data, AI can identify patterns in the positions taken by the other party in previous negotiations. Developing a BATNA. Your best alternative to a negotiated agreement is your fallback plan if negotiations fail. AI can assist in developing a strong BATNA by analyzing market trends and opportunities to suggest alternative courses of action and evaluating the risks and benefits of different alternatives to ensure you choose the most viable option. Play around with detailed prompts and see what works best for you. Crafting a ZOPA. The zone of possible agreement is the range within which an agreement can be reached. AI can help define and expand the ZOPA by aggregating data from multiple sources to identify overlapping interests and acceptable terms, and simulating different negotiation scenarios to find the optimal ZOPA. Overcoming impasses with AI negotiations often hit roadblocks due to misunderstandings, conflicting interests, or rigid positions. As a private mediator, I use AI all the time to get past impasses. AI can help identify and address these issues for you too by monitoring the tone and sentiment of communications to detect underlying frustrations or resistance, and suggesting unique compromise solutions based on the personalities of the parties and counsel, historical data, and predictive analytics that neither party may have considered in the past. Again, upload briefs, issues, and profiles on the parties, and let the AI do all the heavy lifting. Enhancing communication. Effective communication is key to resolving impasses. AI can enhance communication by language processing, translating complex legal or technical terms into plain language to ensure both parties understand the terms. Real-time feedback. Providing real-time feedback on the effectiveness of your communication strategies. Take a break and ask your AI what the next best steps are to close the deal. Integrating AI into your negotiation strategy offers a competitive edge by providing data-driven insights, predictive analytics, and scenario planning. By asking the right questions and leveraging AI tools, you can enhance your preparation, overcome impasses, and achieve better outcomes. Embrace AI as your negotiation partner and transform your approach to achieving successful deals. Chapter 15. Securing the deal. You've made it this far, and now it's time to bring it all home. The final stages of negotiation, closing the deal and ensuring its implementation, are as crucial as every step leading up to this moment. This is where your effort can either pay off in a big way or unravel. So let's dive into how you can effectively close a negotiation and ensure that what you agreed upon actually gets done. Think of this as your grand finale, where every detail matters and your finesse in handling them will determine your success. We'll explore practical strategies to seal the deal and safeguard its execution, ensuring that the handshake isn't just symbolic, but translates into tangible, lasting results. Ready? Let's make sure your hard work leads to a triumphant finish. Closing the deal. Bringing a negotiation to a successful close means reaching an agreement that reasonably satisfies both parties' interests. This requires a blend of strategy, empathy, and clear communication. Here are some strategies to guide you. Summarize and clarify. Keep things crystal clear. Regularly summarize the progress and clarify the agreed-upon terms. This avoids misunderstandings and ensures both parties are on the same page. By revisiting key points, you reinforce mutual understanding and alignment, which is crucial for a solid agreement. Explore trade-offs. Still facing unresolved issues? Look for potential trade-offs or compromises that can address both parties' interests. This is the art of give and take, where each side feels they've gained something valuable. By creatively exploring options, you can uncover solutions that may not have been immediately obvious. Use objective criteria. Ground the final agreement in objective criteria to ensure fairness and mutual benefit. This also helps in getting both parties to accept the deal. Utilizing benchmarks, standards, or external references adds credibility and removes subjective bias, making the agreement more robust. Confirm commitment. Before sealing the deal, confirm the other party's commitment. Restate the benefits of the agreement and address any lingering concerns. By reiterating the positive outcomes, you solidify the other party's buy-in and minimize the chances of last-minute hesitations. Ensuring implementation. An agreement, no matter how well negotiated, is useless if it's not implemented effectively. Here are some strategies to ensure the deal gets executed. Detail the agreement. Make the agreement as detailed as possible. Specify who will do what, when, and how. This clarity makes it easier to monitor implementation and sets clear expectations for all involved. A detailed agreement serves as a roadmap, guiding actions and preventing ambiguity. Establish monitoring mechanisms. Set up ways to monitor the agreement's implementation, like regular check-ins, reports, or third-party audits. This ensures accountability and helps resolve issues promptly. Monitoring mechanisms act as early warning systems, alerting you to potential problems before they escalate. Build in flexibility. Allow some flexibility to account for unforeseen circumstances or changes. Establish procedures for making adjustments or resolving disputes. Flexibility ensures the agreement remains relevant and effective even as situations evolve, demonstrating foresight and adaptability. Foster relationships. Maintain a positive relationship with the other party even after the negotiation. This facilitates cooperation in implementing the agreement and sets the stage for future negotiations. Strong relationships build trust, making it easier to navigate any challenges that arise during implementation. Written documentation. Make sure the final agreement is in writing and signed by all parties with proper authority. Have a final agreement ready to go on your laptop. Once the deal is done, fill in the blanks and use DocuSign to immediately get it digitally signed. This final step ensures that all the hard work is wrapped up neatly with a final signed agreement. I've seen deals fall apart due to buyer's remorse when agreements weren't signed right away. So ensure that all the hard work is wrapped up neatly with a final signed agreement. A written document provides a tangible reference, solidifying the commitment and reducing the risk of disputes. In essence, closing the deal and ensuring its implementation require clarity, commitment, and a bit of foresight. In all cases, it involves getting things in writing. Let me repeat that. Get your negotiated agreement signed by all parties with authority and in writing. Chapter 16. After the deal, reflecting, learning, and improving. Welcome to the grand finale of our negotiation odyssey. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this. Negotiation isn't a one-time gig. It's a craft, a journey of perpetual learning and honing. Every negotiation, whether it's a roaring success or a humbling misstep, is a treasure trove of ongoing relationships and lessons. This final chapter is your compass for reflection, learning, and relentless improvement in your negotiation prowess. Reflection, the rearview mirror. Reflection is your backstage pass to self-awareness. After each negotiation, give yourself the gift of introspection. Ask yourself, what were the high points? What could have gone smoother? What blindsided you? What did you discover about yourself, the other party, and the dance of negotiation? Jot down these reflections. They'll be your roadmap to growth. Transform your reflections into actionable insights. Here's how. Learn from wins and fumbles. Celebrate your victories. They're proof of what works, but don't shy away from your missteps. They're gold mines of wisdom. I've gleaned more from my stumbles than my triumphs, and you will too. Seek constructive feedback. Don't just rely on self-assessment. Get feedback from clients, counterparts, observers, or mentors. Fresh perspectives can illuminate blind spots and offer invaluable insights. Absorb from others. Watch seasoned negotiators in action. Devour negotiation books, attend workshops, and engage with mentors. And don't forget to tap into the treasure trove of tips on my blog and website at mitchjackson.com. Improvement, the relentless pursuit. Improvement isn't a destination, it's a journey. Here's how to keep climbing. Set clear goals. Based on your reflections, set specific goals for your next negotiation. Identify the skills you want to sharpen, behaviors you want to tweak, and outcomes you aim to achieve. Practice relentlessly. Negotiation, like any skill, gets better with practice. Seek out negotiation opportunities in everyday scenarios, be it at work, at home, or within your community. Each interaction is a stepping stone to mastery. Experiment boldly. Don't be afraid to try new tactics. Experimentation can unearth strategies that resonate best with your style and the varied contexts you encounter. Stay informed. Keep your finger on the pulse of the latest negotiation. Research, trends, and innovations. New insights and tools can refresh your negotiation toolkit. The grand takeaway. As we wrap up this book, let's zoom out. Negotiation isn't just about shrewd tactics or clever strategies. It's about forging relationships, fostering understanding, unleashing creativity, and achieving mutual benefit. It's about navigating human interactions with respect and creating value for everyone involved. With all of the above in mind, thank you for your time. Embrace this journey with an open heart and an inquisitive mind, and never stop reflecting, learning, and most importantly, making each day your masterpiece.
About the author, meet Mitch Jackson, a legal powerhouse with over 3 decades of experience. With more than 70 trials under his belt and a long track record of negotiating million-dollar cases, Mitch is a seasoned advocate and mediator. He served as a private mediator and even volunteered his skills for the Orange County Superior Court and the Orange County Bar Association. Mitch's accolades speak volumes. He's an AV-rated lawyer, the highest independent peer honor for ability and ethics by Martindale-Hubbell. He's also been named California Litigation Lawyer of the Year in 2013 and Orange County Trial Lawyer of the Year in 2009. When he's not in the courtroom or at the mediation table, Mitch is on the move, traveling, speaking at conferences, and sharing insights through his blog and books. He's written and co-written several notable works, including AI in Law, Revolutionizing Your Legal Practice for Better Results, The Mediator's Handbook, Turning Conflict into Collaboration, From Courtroom to Boardroom, A Trial Lawyer's Guide to Winning Negotiations, How to Create AI, Web3, and Metaverse Branding and Licensing Opportunities, the Web3, Metaverse, and AI Handbook, From AI to Blockchain, 14 Technology Trends Every Lawyer Must Know. The Ultimate Guide to Social Media for Business Owners, Professionals, and Entrepreneurs. Mitch's influence extends beyond the legal field. He's presented around the country and twice graced the stage at the Tony Robbins Business Mastery event, captivating audiences of thousands. As a consulting expert in Sue Chef's Shame Nation and a contributing author to California's Continuing Education of the Bar, in Effective Introduction of Evidence in California, Chapter 54, Electronic and Social Media Evidence, Mitch is a sought-after thought leader. Stay connected with Mitch on all the digital platforms and primarily on LinkedIn, and explore more of his work at his blog, mitchjackson.com. AI Support. This publication was created and crafted not only based upon Mitch's 30-plus years of litigation, negotiation, and mediation experience, but also with the help of new cutting-edge artificial intelligence, including OpenAI's GPT-4 and his firm's very own negotiation and mediation AI chatbot.